Alright, what's up YouTube? It's been a minute. Haven't posted a video in a very long time, but I have a very special video today. It's kind of like a two-part video about some things that I had ordered over the course of this archery season. I just never got around to filming some of the other stuff that I already had. I just kind of got busy and wasn't able to get a lot of hunting done, but we're here making videos now in the off season. And a lot of this, more or less, now is going to be like a preparation series that I'm probably going to start in like prep of spring turkey. So I just have a couple items and upgrades I'm going to be doing to my bow because my goal this year is to kill a turkey with my bow. So that'll be a fun challenge. But anyway, we can hop into the first part of the video. It's a little bit simpler. Basically, I used to shoot a index release, wrist strap and finger style like that. I ran into a lot of issues with target panic, or I should say, I developed a lot of issues with target panic with that release. I shot well with it as when I was a kid, when I was younger. Never really had a lot of issues with it. I think just as I got older and kind of got more experience with archery, just in general, I started to develop a really bad habit of doing like a lot of drive-bys is what they call it. So either like I was coming down or floating up to my target, and the second I'd see that bullseye, I wouldn't hold steady. I just finger would go in front, and I just would just end up slapping the trigger. So obviously it caused a lot of inconsistencies shooting, and um, ultimately would sometimes cost me animals. Um, I was able to, I still harvested a couple deer with an index release. I think I shot one or two does, and for sure I shot two bucks with it. The one buck, though, unfortunately, because of my target panic issue, I did spine it, and I felt really bad about that, and I had to do a follow-up shot to kill it. And ever since then, I told myself, never again. We got to get better at shooting. We definitely need to um, be better at making sure that we're making ethical shots on animals. And part of that process, I started doing more research into switching releases from an index release to the thumb trigger style releases, or like a back tension, kind of along those same lines. This definitely is not what I would say can be a once-all cure-all for target panic. I can just say from my personal experience that this definitely helped my target panic because it forced me to actually hold on a target, and it forced me to slow down and actually think about my shot process instead of just punching a trigger the second my pin landed on the X. So I made the switch to the UV thumb button. This is the stainless steel version, I think, no, this is either stainless steel or aluminum version. I can't remember. It's the heavier version of it, and I got it set really to where I like it, as far as like where my thumb positioning is, and how much tension it takes to make it go off and stuff like that. So, and then as you can see, I swapped out the little contour knob, which is part of what I got in the mail today. I swapped out the contour knob for a red knob because red is just my favorite color, and I thought it was kind of cool for like red being like the fire button. So if I'm back here and getting ready to shoot, it'd be like pressing the fire button, obviously. So just something to kind of a little flair to it. But anyway, this is just a 3-finger technically. As you can see, I think I got the medium version. I didn't go with the large because I don't have very big hands, so this was going to be plenty perfect for me. I've had this now for a good couple months, and I can say without a doubt I have never shot better in my life. I will probably throw up some pictures of groups that I've shot. They're some of the tightest groups I ever shot at like 20 and 30 yards. I don't shoot very far, which is kind of getting in the second half of this video. We're going to start changing that, which is part of the series that you guys will see here um, in the upcoming weeks and months on this channel. But this is just kind of part of it. So I switched to a thumb button release, which, like I said, I mean, it was a really big change going from the index. But like I said, I would, the nice thing with these, with the UV thumb button, is has the little D-loop retention on it, so it can really sit there on my bow. When I'm in it, once I get my tree stand, just lock it, slide it in the D-loop, and then your release just hangs there, which was so much nicer versus having the index where, like, if you had a big buck come in, you start shaking and you can't get on your D-loop. This just sits there, and then whenever you're ready to shoot, you just find your finger grooves and you just draw back and it's game time kind of a thing. So that's been a really nice thing. And then, like I said, it's just overall, it just kind of getting used to the new hand positioning of anchoring kind of back on that jawbone. But then, like I said, kind of like everyone, I'm sure you've seen hundreds of videos on the release, but kind of wrapping your finger around that button and then doing that push and pull until your shot breaks really helped me not only just hold more steady on a target, obviously, but it helped me slow down my shot and think about my shot process of, okay, steady the pin. All right, here we go, push and pull, push and pull, push and pull. When is it going to go off? Boom, surprise shot. So that has been a real key part of my newer archery success, which I've really enjoyed. And now we're getting into the bigger part of the second half of this video here, which is my sight. So right now I shoot just the simple Mathews Bridgelock fixed 5-pin sight. Nothing wrong with it. Love the sight. I've always been a fixed pin guy. I used to really dog on people who would use sliders and be like, you gotta sit there and range it and then slide, and it's like, I used to just be like, for me, I just know my pins, 20, 30, 40, whatever. But I just kind of realized over time, like, I want to get out and do Western hunts. I want to get out and do more 3D. I just want to shoot my bow more throughout the year and get in more reps. I maybe shoot my bow maybe 100 shots a year, if that. I probably average more like 50 shots a year. It's really bad, I know. I'm becoming a better archer. So I'm going to be swapping this out for a slider sight. I know, dogging them for years, but I'm like, I want to get into 3D. With 3D, it'd be really hard to shoot with fixed pins. Especially where I think right now mine is set to 20, since it's 5-pin, it's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And obviously, if you like with TAC events or just any outdoor 3D shoots, you could shoot anywhere from 20 yards to 100 yards and plus. I'm not going to be one of those guys who I'm going to be like, okay, there's my 60 pin. Let me aim at this tree up here, angle over, and let me just do it, or let me gap shoot or something. I don't want to be losing arrows. Arrows can be expensive. I don't plan on losing arrows. So I'm like, well, the only one way to combat that, also, like, if you go out west, you might need to take some longer shots. Obviously not over 60 yards, preferably. I mean, you want to get them as close as possible, but you never know in those moments. It might have to be a longer shot if you can't close the distance, as long as it's within your range of what you're comfortable being lethal at, obviously. But anyway, I just want to be able to shoot longer distances, so those up close shots, especially just here in Wisconsin for whitetail, just those shots are so much easier. Like, I mean, I don't think I've ever killed a deer with my bow over 20 yards. They've always been 20-yard shots or under. But even then, sometimes, like I said, I would get target panic shooting at 20 yards. It just is what it is. So I think if I can expand my archery knowledge and range, especially, and start getting comfortable shooting upwards of 100 yards, then those 20, 30, 40-yard shots will feel like nothing. So like I said, I'm making a switch to a slider sight. I'm really excited for it. For those of you who don't know, I own the Mathews V3X. I have the black limbs paired with the Realtree Edge riser, and then I have the 8-inch 8-inch stabilizer in the front, and then I run the 6-inch off the back. Just got the Integrate IMX or Integrate MX from Mathews on it. I'm probably going to upgrade this at some point to the newer IMX2 that they just came out with the lift bow. And then I think I might upgrade my strings at some point to the matte strings, just to give it, do a couple upgrades here and there. Because I was thinking about buying a new bow, but at the end of the day, I really like this V3X. It shoots so smooth for me, and I would much rather just upgrade things with it versus just getting a whole new bow and having to get used to a whole new setup. So anyway, coming to the big second part of the video, I chose to go with the UV slider. I know it's quite an expensive sight, but I thought I did a lot of research, didn't really like any other sites, so I decided to go strictly with the UV slider. It just seemed like it was going to be the best sight for me, so I'm really excited about that. So we'll kind of go over I know you've seen the videos before probably, but we'll go over what's in the box, stuff like that, and then I'll just do a quick little snippet of me taking my old sight off, putting it on, and putting the new one on, because I have to take it into my local bow shop or into work, and that way I can make sure my first, second, and third axis are adjusted before I start shooting it. And then obviously, if you don't know, here in Wisconsin, it is below freezing every day, and we have 3 feet of snow around us. So getting outside and shooting is going to be really difficult right now to get the new sight sighted in. So hopefully the weather changes relatively quickly here. Otherwise, you probably won't see a video of me shooting with the new sight until the snow goes away a little bit, so I can at least get outside and throw a block target out or something, and being able to shoot the 60 yards, the sight in the UV slider, which we'll kind of go over that here later in this video too. So, but yeah, I would just be on the lookout for, I'm not sure how much I'm going to be posting as of right now. I just know once it gets more into spring and the weather shifts, there'll definitely be videos of me shooting, and then just what other prep I'm doing for turkey season, like what I'm going to be packing in my backpack will probably be an episode. Calling will be an episode, at least what I do to call. Not a master caller. I just use simple mouth calls and slate calls and box calls, and I'll just go over some of the stuff that I do. And then obviously we'll be filming the hunts. I'll be filming hopefully 3 different hunts: my dad's hunt, my hunt, and my wife's hunt for the first time. So we'll see how that goes. And then we also might get a couple coyote hunting videos in here if we can get some down on the ground and make videos out of those. But otherwise, we'll just cut to me opening the box, and you guys will kind of get a overview of what's in the box in case you decide to order it, what it'll come with, and stuff like that. So, here comes the cool cut. I don't know what else to say. Okay. I'll edit it and stuff, it's fine. So, it comes in this nice hard shell travel case. So, once you open it up, you'll see there's all your sight components. You get this little box that just comes with a bunch of spare hardware. Not sure what's really in here. Get your hands out there. Stop. So you just get a bubble, some batteries. You have your dual pin indicator and some other stuff, and some of the wrenches that you might need to install your sight tapes and your sight on your bow. And then obviously I have the Mathews bridge lock, so I got the bridge lock version, not the Picatinny or the side rail mount. And then you obviously have the actual sight, which is 3 pins. That middle pin will be fixed along with your top and bottom, so it'll go green, yellow, green. And then you have that little bonus pin on the bottom just for a bunch of far yardage shots. And this one comes with the inner light ring on it, but then in the top pocket it has just the regular no-vis white light. And then you'll have your little packet of your sight tapes once you figure out what that stuff is, and then just your instruction manual. So like I said, once I take this into work, actually I'll just record this at a different point here. Okay, that's all I really need. Alright, so you just kind of saw what came in the box. Like I said, one thing I didn't kind of really go over was, so you'll get your right and left-handed sight tapes. Obviously I'm only going to be using the right-handed sight tapes because I shoot right-handed. So part of the sighting process is you'll set that middle fixed pin to 20 yards, which they have, you'll see on here, they have where you'll set your little yardage marker, and then you'll dial down to 60, and then you'll match it up with whatever sight tape number core lines anywhere between 1 through 20. So that'll be pretty cool. And obviously, too, if you can't tell, these aren't going to be high quality videos. I record off my iPhone. I have a simple mic system. Most of these are going to be recorded strictly off iPhone, and you'll probably end up hearing my kids in a lot of my videos, just simply because I'm a dad of two, a 2-year-old and an 8-month-old. So they're going to be loud. They're going to be in my videos. I can't help it. So I just have to get used to them. But yeah, it'd be fun. So there's no high quality production here. It's just basically me just trying to make videos that are hopefully entertaining and or informational for people. So just a simple hunter in Wisconsin. So yeah, so we'll kind of go through the process here of just removing the old sight off the bow and then getting this new sight put on. So that'll be fun. Anyway, we're going to take our handy dandy little Allen wrench here, and we are going to take this little bridge lock screw out. I need to go get a different sized Allen wrench. I'll get that out. Anyway, so we'll put the sight together real quick. So you have your little rail here, and then obviously you have your sight. So you have to take which I haven't really talked about it too much, like I said. So you also have this little knob, which is what loosens it up. So when you're actually when you're sliding it, is what loosens up your your dial wheel, so you can actually slide up and down with no resistance. So like I said, I got the bridge lock version because it will fit my Matthews. So it's pretty simple to put together. Just make sure that's little dial's flipped up, and then you simply just slide the rail right down on the top until you hear a click, and then it is locked into place like that. Hopefully you heard that. I'll do it one more time. There. And then now your dial is on, and you can adjust it up and down. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, once you flip that little lock button in, then locks down, and your sight is set in place. So like I said, it'd be pretty cool. It is pretty heavy. So I'm going to have to get used to that. I might have to change my stabilizers around now that I'll have more weight in the front of my bow with this sight. So it'd be kind of cool to dink around with. I really hope the weather changes around so I get a chance to shoot with this sight soon. But yeah, so like I said, now we'll just kind of go through the process of me taking it off, taking my old sight off. I'm still going to keep it in case I decide to go back to it. I don't think I probably will, but never know. It's a good chance. Just in case I don't like this UV slider. And so we'll go through that real quick. And like I said, I still have to get once I get it on, I'll have to get my axes dialed in, my first, second, and third. And then from there, like I said, we'll have to dial in the sight tapes and then micro adjust the pins to match up to where I need it, because I'm probably going to run just simple 20, 30, 40, and then obviously just, yardage and dial from there. So that'll be that. So now, like I said, we'll just take the old side off, put the new side on, and then we'll go to the outro, and then that'll be the video. So I just took the old bridge lock fixed 5-pin side off, and now we are going to put the UV slider one on, which in comparison, these sights are very, very different. I mean, this one sticks out so much more. I don't know. I'll probably mount this one in the middle to make it somewhat close to where my other site was, but this one said also the UV slider's got a good amount of weight to it compared to this Matthews Excel. But nothing against it. Like I said, great site. Just gonna try and go for something else. So slide this Dove mount in here, and then we'll probably line it up to where we notch in the second one there. I think that's the one we're aiming for, and then we just put the screw back in. Right, so I think I got it secured in there pretty good. Yeah, that's not going there. So that is what the new sight looks like on the bow. Which I said I'll have to get my first, second, and third axis definitely adjusted because it is not level whatsoever. But I can definitely feel that she is a lot heavier off the front. So we might have to run no V-bar and probably just go with the stabilizer off the front because this is very heavy now. But I guess we'll have to still shoot it and see how we like it once we get the axis adjusted here and whatnot. We'll go from there. But yeah, that's the new UV slider on there. Looks pretty dope. I like the look a lot. So like I said, just simple slider. So I can shoot tons of different yardages now, and we will kind of go from there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, be on the lookout for spring turkey videos and just hopefully a bunch of hunting content. So thank you for watching M&G Outdoors. Hopefully you found this funny, educational, entertaining, whatever it may be. Would appreciate a like on the video, show some support, subscribe if you want to, and maybe put down in the comments some videos you'd like to see, and maybe we can work on those. Thanks guys for watching. Thank you.